that's going to be anti-social to the society, because together, man, we have to build this country, and we don't have a choice because this is the only country that we have. I'd like to say to you, Inakwana, Ekaron Dewonu, Amesiere, and of course, finally, like I always say, Una, good morning. My name is Uduak Daniel, welcoming you to Thursday. That's talking about the Eagles Morning Rises, the pages. That's right. So you can get onto social media platforms where we have a strong presence, talking about all of the social media platforms that you know. That's talking about the major ones: TikTok, X, Twitter, that is, and Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Do well to find us and give us a subscribing, a following at Eagles FM Abuja, and you'll be glad you did, and we also will be happy that you did, because it also shows we're taking you along, carrying you along, and you are also showing us that support, right? And so to each and every one of you on your way to your places of work, and well done, well done, well done. If nobody's saying that to you, I'm saying that to you right about now, yeah? Okay, so the pages is about bringing the front pages of Nigerian newspapers, major Nigerian newspapers, to your eardrums. And then in the course of bringing it to you, you get to also react, right? Whether it be audio, visual, whatever it may be, however the medium may be, there is no restriction. But as you do the reaction, please do well to keep it simple and short, straight to the point. In fact, 2 minutes is allotted to you, and where the time would be reduced, the umpire, being my humble self, right, would let you in on it. So let's just keep to the guidelines, and please be very safe and responsible with what you have to say. Be civil, be responsible with what you have to say, because that's what differentiates you with some of those leaders who are misbehaving. And it is our duty, our right, a civic responsibility to speak truth to power. And I'll just hand down the numbers, that you should, keep safely in your gadgets. That would be 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888, or the WhatsApp portal number where you can send your WhatsApp voice notes. You can send a WhatsApp message. You can send a text message to that number. It will be 0909-705-4450. So these numbers would allow for you to get involved with what's going on in the studio today. And like I always say, because we give you an audio-visual experience that you can count on, watching outside the shores of Nigeria, do well to add the prefix +234. I'd like to intimate you as well into at least 10 things that you ought to know today, right? And then we'll jump into the dailies. It's going to be very quick, so don't sweat it, okay? Now, Oyo State government has pulled down the building where the Yoruba Nation agitators, under the leadership of Modupe Onitiri Abiola, in Ibadan, the state capital. So the building on Toye Oyesola Street in the Ibadan Southwest local government area was demolished on Wednesday evening. I should also let you in on the fact that the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has granted the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, permission to arrest the former governor of Kogi State, Yahya Bello, in preparation for his arraignment. Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja has threatened to adjourn indefinitely. He insists on further delaying the commencement of the trial. Earlier yesterday, in Kaduna State, right there, the House of Assembly Speaker Yusuf Liman has accused Bello El-Rufai, the son of former Governor Nasir El-Rufai, of sending threat administration. So the Speaker warned Bello to stop his threats and intimidation of the assembly over the investigation. All right, some guts again, you'd say. The federal government, though, through its Ministry of Petroleum Resources and the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has stated that the various claims by different individuals and groups on the alleged return of subsidy on premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, were wrong. All right, so the government also challenged those making the arguments to provide evidence. So bring the proof. I always say it. If you don't have the proof, come on, blaming people who are not even in the government, but are just trying to stare some crisis. I mean, I tell you, if the government, is paying that subsidy, they better. It's a responsibility to them. And I'm sure they're listening right now to let us know, okay? Because it is our right. We are the ones making sure that there is a government in the first place. All right, so ahead of the National Executive Committee meeting scheduled for today, Thursday, of course that is, governors elected on the platforms of the People's Democratic Party have warned the party members against illegality. Now, the NEC meeting is set to address whether the acting national chairman, Umar Damagum, should retain his position or be replaced. So President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday promised harsh consequences for persons who pit themselves against Nigeria's sovereignty and security. Now, he also said his administration had made considerable gains against banditry and kidnapping through intensified campaigns buoyed by intelligence gathering.
Then stay tuned,
right?
Because
okay, might
I'm
also
going
want to give the president that to some extent. That is. But then let's also let you in on the fact that a day-old baby boy abandoned in a polythene bag has been rescued at Al-Haji Masharo, in Surulere area of Lagos State. Now, it was gathered that a yet-to-be-identified social worker attached to a hospital in Surulere, while on the way to her destination, heard the sound of a crying baby emanating from the polythene bag.
So here we go.
The mind that some of us have. Right. Former Vice President Doe Atiku Abubakar and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory for FCT Nyesom Wike on Wednesday attended the National Caucus meeting of the People's Democratic Party that held in Abuja. Now, these duo, who sought the presidential ticket of the party for 2023, were among stakeholders at the meeting held at the Bauchi Governor's Lodge. And finally, Justice R. Irele Ifije of the Edo State High Court has sentenced three men, Solomon Abwede, James Monday, and Kelvin Edward to death by hanging for armed robbery.
It's making sure that what you are coming to do to the United States,
ultimate price rather, or penalty, and then kidnapping and murder. Oh, okay. So it's not just armed robbery now; it's kidnapping and murder added to it. But the convicts were sentenced for the kidnap and murder of one Ephraim Akere in Epoma, a southwest local government area of the state in 2014. Okay, so since 2014, it has lasted up until now, and capital punishment has been declared and decreed. All right, you might also want to go get that one and find out what exactly is going on in that regard, so that you will be sufficiently informed as to what exactly it is about. But now let's jump into the deities already. This is that part, of course, my favorite part, if you ask me, right, where we get to look at what's going on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. Okay, I see a couple of dailies right now. Let's start off with the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Big story on the front page. Kano High Court affirms Gandujay's suspension. Page 5 has got that story, but it's got a couple of writers to it, so let's get into it very quickly. Restrains him from parading himself as APC member. Second writer, we won't comply with court order on Gandujay's suspension, APC vows. Third writer, Tinubu is the target, says national chairman. Last writer to that big story, APC NWC drags Kano High Court judge before the NJC. All right, this indeed you might want to call an expo, right? For those who still remember the word for, malpractice and all of that. An expo, or giving insight. I wouldn't use the word expo. That's too overboard. Let's say we're giving insights to you as to what's going to happen, what's going to form the base of conversation at 9 a.m. this morning. But then let's look at this one right here on pages 4 and 5. All sets for PDP NEC governors meet. Speak on Damagum. Others. It's got a couple of writers. IU withdraws case against removal as national chairman. Second writer, PDP NWC passes vote of confidence in Damagum. And the last writer, don't fall for Wike streaks. Secondus cautions APC NEC. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so now let's take you just above the Nigerian Tribune banner. This one says, Train 8, Nigerian LNG expansion threatened by alleged contract breaches. Page 7 has got that one. And then taking you right here now to the belly of the front page of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, and this one right here says, after hours of drama over arrest bid, EFCC says Yahya Bello will be arraigned today. Page 2 has got that story. EFCC flouting order. Bello says that one. Another one following up, cites subsisting court order restraining agency from arresting, detaining, prosecuting him. All right, Supreme Court has said no court can gag EFCC. Others following us got that one to say. CSOs, activists caution EFCC against misrepresenting Nigeria as lawless society. Okay, now let's go to page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune newspaper. Ondo 2024, 7 APC governorship aspirants allege printing a fake membership card for non-members. All right, and this one on page 3 is going to be the last one I'll be taking with the Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu vows to deal with criminals threatening Nigeria's sovereignty. Yes, go president. I like that. Page 3 has got that story right there. Okay, and this is going to be the last one. I said the other one was the last, but let's bring this one. It's very important. Okay, just at the top of the Nigerian Tribune, Oyo Secretariat invasion. 78-year-old man, 28 others arraigned for treasonable felony possession of firearms. Page 15 has got that story. And now I see crime does not even have an age limit anymore. But it's got one writer. Government demolishes Yoruba Nation agitators building. Okay, page 3 has got that story as well. Now moving ahead and moving on away from the Nigerian Tribune, let's give you something that you can trust on a daily. I'm talking about the Daily Trust newspaper. And the big story right here is this one. It says, Governors Atiku Wike test strength as PDP NEC meeting holds today. All right, 3 riders follow in suit. And the first one, IU withdraws suit against party. Second one, NWC passes vote of confidence on Damagum. Third rider and final, of course. And North Central insist on completing IU's term. All right, now this one right here, cannot figure out what page it is now. Not very clear. I think it's page 8 if I'm not mistaken. This one says bandits abduct dozens of villages in Kaduna community. All right, now to page 4, you would find, okay, page 47 if I'm not mistaken, right? You would find this one that says customs officer lynched in Katsina for shooting passenger. Oh, it's not really a good one now. Whew. Lynched? Jungle justice? Is still popular? Okay. I just hope that the Lord does what it has to do in this regard. I mean, regardless of whatever it might be. I mean, shooting a passenger? The customs officer? Okay. You might want to go get the details on that story, but whatever the case, lynching should not be encouraged. Uncertainty over Ondo APC primary as court affirms Ganduje suspension. All right, you'd find that one on page 14. It's got one writer as 2 courts issue conflicting orders on his arrest. Yeah, and this one, local government chairman councillors decry removal plot as Kaduna Assembly trims tenure. Page 3 has got that one, and to page 21, I beg your pardon. BDCs now buying dollar at 980 naira. ABCON president has got that to say. Finally, EFCC siege. Ododo smuggles Yaya Bello out amid gunshots. Okay. That might be some drama. But then, let's get on to this one now. The Guardian newspaper, that is. It says, poor funding model. Paucity stalled $3.2 billion Eastern Rail project 3 years after. Right? It's got some dimensions to it. Project was flagged off in March 2021 for delivery in 2023. Second dimension, to be funded by 85 foreign loan and 15% federal government counterparts contribution. And another dimension to it, the $3.2 billion project has been stalled by funding. And the final dimension to that story that you can find on page 6 is removal of old rail tracks without a definite plan for their replacement worries residents. Alrighty, that is the big story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Now let's take you on a journey to other headlines. This one says terrorists abduct 2 pregnant, 8 nursing women, 10 others in Katsina. Terrorists, not bandits, not kidnappers, not abduct, terrorists. Well, maybe they're all terrorists now. News page 29 has got that sad story. Right, and this one says on page 18, OPSN warns 200% electricity tariff hike may cripple 65% of businesses. Okay, we already seen that happening. I mean, court affirms Ganduje sack APC cakes. and it's got that story on page 3, right? And this one right here says why Nigeria's foreign reserves dipped by Cardoso. You'd find that story on page 2. All eyes on PDP governors as IU's lawsuit withdrawal alters balance for Damagum, and you'd find the story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And then let's get on to this one. Federal government kicks as Kano lists conditions for resumption of trial. News page 20 has got that story. Now let's take you to news page 7 now. Afenifere leaders visit Tinubu, demand restructuring security, Southwest development. All right, that is all for the Guardian newspaper. Now let's take you on a walk, on a journey on eagle's wings, of course, to the Vanguard newspapers. And the Vanguard newspapers got this big story: CBN not using reserves to defend Naira. Cardoso has got that to say, and you'd find that story on page 4. That is to some of you who felt, who believe, who have the opinion that Cardoso is using the CBN reserves to defend Naira. He's saying that no, that's not the case. But it's got a couple of writers, 1, 2, 3, 4 precisely. The first one, ways and means no longer an issue. Second one, we made hard decisions quickly enough. Third writer adds expectations of Nigerians often misplaced. And the final, Nigeria's FX, that's foreign exchange reserves, drop to 32 billion US dollars. Page 9 has got that story. Now let's take you just above the Vanguard newspaper banner now. The very height of it, electricity tariff hike. 65% of businesses may shut down. OPS has got that to say. Page 32 heralds that very one. And now to page 7, coalition threat. PDP governors move to avert implosion. Train 8, contract dispute threatens Nigeria LNG expansion plans. Page 34 has got that story. And now to matter that concerns the rising prices of foodstuff. This one, of course, says on page 13 you'd find rising prices of foodstuffs. FCCPC deploys operators to markets. Alrighty. And Yoruba Nation, or your government, demolishes Onitiri Abiola's residence. Page 10 has got that story. Ganduje kicks as Kano Court affirms a suspension. Page 32 has got that story. And now this one says those threatening Nigeria's sovereignty have price to pay. So the price is already waiting for you if you're threatening Nigeria's sovereignty, and that's coming from the number one citizen of the country, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You'd find the story on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Killings, Benue communities protest, herdsmen attacks, want grazing law strictly enforced. I'll take that one again. Killings, Benue communities protest, herdsmen attacks, want grazing law strictly enforced. Page 9 has got that story. Okay, so let's see, have I brought everything to your audio visuals just yet? Oh yes, except this one on sport. It says Boniface rated better finisher than Haaland. Nunes. Okay, you'd find that story right there on page 38 for the sports section right there on the Vanguard newspaper. Now let's punch you with some punchiness with the Punch newspaper right now. And the Punch newspaper has got this big story. El Rufai marketers fuel subsidy claims wrong. Federal government and NPC has got that one to say. Page 17 has got that story. Now, it's got two writers to it though. Bring evidence of subsidy payment. Lokobiri tells El Rufai marketers. Second writer, NNPC insists it is recovering full cost. Marketers peg petrol at 900 naira to a liter. Okay, now let's see this one right now. Heavy punishment awaits persons threatening Nigeria's unity. Number one citizen has got that to say. Tinubu. Page 12 has got that story. And now I'm at the base of the Punch newspaper now. Still at the base on page 17. Federal government to execute $3.8 billion US gas supply agreement in May. Okay, 29 Yoruba Nation agitators remanded, or your demolishers base. Page 29 has got that story. And now to page 13. APC drags Kano judge before NUC over Ganduje's suspension. I mean, the drama is almost unending. And now let's get on just above the Punch newspaper banner. Policemen, Kogi governor, foil EFCC attempts to arrest Yahya Bello. Anti-graft agency condemns obstruction of arrest. And you'd find that story on page 12. And just to also let you know that the EFCC has also, brought out a press statement saying that from now henceforth, anybody who tries to act as a sacred cow, which they believe there's none, and give restraint to arrests by them, might just stand 5 years imprisonment. That is outside the charge against you, right? They quoted a section, that binds, them as an agency, and they said from now henceforth, none of that would happen again ever. Okay, so the last story now with the Punch newspaper. Cardoso links depleting reserves to debt repayment, and it's got just one writer to it. CBN stops banks from lending 50% of deposits. Page 18 has got that story, and this one too says PDP governors warn against illegality as NEC meets today. Page 2 has got that story. And this is where we are calling it a close for the front pages. Doesn't mean that we would not be able to bring you some other big stories as they break. I'll be bringing it into your audio visuals, keeping in mind the fact that, hey, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, in case you're just tuning in for the first time, and we are that station that gives you a radio experience, not just radio this time, we give you an audio visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And by Ty also hand down the numbers into your eardrums just one more time. 0907-353-0044 is that number to call. The other number is 0908-766-8888. The WhatsApp portal number 0909-705-4450. And watching outside the shores of Nigeria and wanting to add your voice in the discourse, in the conversation, in the most civil and responsible way, do well to add the prefix +234. All right, and we will have that great conversation. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, Moses.
Yeah, I
Moses, I told you I was going to kick off. All right, good morning to you, Moses.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. If Bello claims to be a free hands and a clear hands, he has to make himself available. Nobody's above the law. If the EFCC declared him to come and defend himself on some certain amount, I think he has to make himself available. Why must he be hiding? I think when he was a governor, there are people himself that he demanded that they should be dropped.
Right.
So I shouldn't see the reason of his hiding. Or calling Tinubu. Why must you call Tinubu to come and warn EFCC that they shouldn't threaten and run after him? As a governor, who is a well-known governor, he's supposed to prove his purity, the purity of his heart, the purity of his governance. So why must he be hiding? Since they declared him, he has been hiding, and when they discover where he is and they are coming, his own went to sub him out. It's a drama. It's a drama. So what are you telling to the judge? What are you going to tell the meeting? And he has ambition to become the president of this country. So I think this is the time that he has to bring himself out, to prove himself that he can't agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because in the court of law, you are not so guilty until you come there to verify and investigate to prove you that you are guilty. So to me, he's running away, he's adding more fire to himself. So let him make himself available.
All right.
Thank you, God bless.
Thank you so much, Moses, for that one. I mean, you've made it so clear, and you've added your voice in the most responsible way. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Daniel.
Yes, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Good morning, all the callers and listeners of this radio station. Donatus calling from Niger State.
Donatus, right?
Mr. Daniel, do you see where our problem is coming from? From the judiciary, at times from even our leader, a present governor. Now is now backing the outgoing governor in corruption charges. They shall allow him, let him go and answer for himself. Imagine, for a good 1 year now, we cannot commission common go food. But we that common borehole you cannot commission, common borehole, and people are embezzling trillions of naira. What is it to this country, man? Go ahead, Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much. God help Nigeria, right there, and you've expressed your thoughts. I mean, with all of these that's going on and all of that. Where do we go from here? Is that your concern? Well, then, keep the calls coming through, though. But just keep in mind the fact that you can get on right now. Please get on right now to the social media platforms, talking about YouTube and Facebook. And be sure to watch, have a visual as to what's going on, in the audio version for the radio into the station. Talking about Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, we have a strong presence on Facebook as well as every other social media platform, and to make recognition for YouTube, right? It is at Eagles FM Abuja, at Eagles FM Abuja. Do well to give us a subscribe. You do well to also, give us a follow, give us a like, and all of that, and we would most appreciate it, right? But then I've got a bill to pay. I'll be right back in a short bit, and just be sure not to touch the dial.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
The city of Abuja is about to encounter one day of perfection, completeness, power, authority, healing, and Breakthrough Conference 2024. One day to shape the new year as the year begins. We lay the foundations with prayers, fasting, and prophetic directions from God's mouthpieces. Come and ignite your new year in the fires of God's presence with our pastor, Pastor Carthegiu Benson, and special guest speakers, Minister K.I. and Joshua Moses, on the 20th of April 2024. Venue, Zoological Garden, opposite Area 1 Shopping Complex, Garki, Abuja. Time, 4 p.m. Come and command your day. Remember, God can be trusted.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Hi there. Do you want to know how to get the correct approval or documents for your land and property? Do you need the right information on how you can prevent your building from being demolished? Then tune in to Town Planning Program on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja every Thursday by 5 p.m.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3.
Did we ever live? I'm not sure about that. And thank you for sticking your ears as well as your eyes, to Eagles 102.3 Abuja. We are the radio station that gives you an experience that you can count on anytime, any day. That's right. And it's not just an audio experience, it's an audio-visual experience. I mean, we're taking it to the next level. Yeah? All right. And yes, we're still having a conversation. This is The Pages on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. See your calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
How's your family?
Very well, thank you.
My name is Abdul, calling from Suleja, Niger State.
Awesome, Abdul. Welcome aboard. Let's have your take.
I don't know how some people are very wicked. How can you put a one-day baby old in leather bag? The baby that you don't know what will be in future. You want and put him in leather bag. Oh, God will help us.
Amen.
Now I want to comment on Yaya Bello. If Yaya Bello knows that you don't have any skeleton in his combat, you should go and face the EFCC. Why calling Mr. President? You should go and face the EFCC and claim himself. And our Yoruba nation, I'm very happy to hear it that they demolished their house, and all of them should be charged for treason, because that is the offense they committed. So thank you very much. God bless you Okay.
That's right. God bless you too. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.
Awesome. Alrighty. And just to also let you know that as of yesterday, there was a stern warning giving to the president saying that if you don't release those that you are holding, our members that you're holding, you might just see chaos, right? And that is by the a statement accredited to the Yoruba Nation leaders right there. And but after that, we've seen the very frantic effort from the government where there is a demolishing, of their stronghold, and that is what our caller is saying right there. And yes, that is what it is, because look, we are one indivisible nation. Look, whatever, it's more like some persons coming out to saying, oh, this president is not my president. Look, he's our president. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is my president. He's your president. The best we can do right now is for us to work with him and work, towards ensuring that we are able to speak truth to him, to those in authority as well, so that they can do the right thing by us. That is just what it is. Trust me. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing when you look at the whole agitations here and there. What some would say very quickly to you that we were forced to be together. There is a reason for it. Right? And as much as I understand that, there are some angles to it that also says that, hey, if you don't want to be a part of something, you can leave and all of that. There is a procedure as well, so follow the procedure. But if you ask me, though, I'd say, man, we're stronger together than divided. Anyways, though, let's get on to the call now. Hello, good morning.
Oga.
Good morning to you. Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Happy weekend.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. How is my eloquent teacher,
He's fine, thank you, Prince Ike. He's fine. Please, you might want to go straight to the point. Yeah, time is not on our side now.
Except my
very well, he'll hear.
My profound greeting.
He'll hear.
Anyway, what I'm just trying to say is this. People carry machete and gone to the government house to use in a pardon. It's not a welcome development. But my question is this. Are we in a war, a primitive era? Are we in a state of, stone age? Are we in the state of Maya or cocophonism? Are we in the state of brutality? We are in a modern era, a modern stage of civilization and transformation. Violence can never achieve anything meaningful. Rather, it will destroy, it will kill, it will damage and vandalize a lot of things. Then rather they should have to, welcome the inclusion of dialogue. Dialogue is the best solution to any formation of trouble. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
In the other way around, let the federal government or the state government akin to what they are saying. It may be in the area of exclusion in terms of implementation of social warfare, contract, and dividend of democracy. In social contract, according to it stipulated by John Locke, that we the citizens must have to be obedient to any living government, pay our taxes, pay our allegiance to the government, and also be law abiding. And this in turn to the government, they should be able to implement what we call the rebeginning of democracy by giving us a real educational standardization,
right?
Giving us a good care service, healthcare service. Understanding at the same time, construct what we call infrastructural good network. Understand?
Okay, Boss Prince Ike, time is not on our side right now. Okay, but I think your point is very, very heard and very loud.
No problem,
thank you so much. Yeah, awesome though, and that's right. Each and every one of us, we are talking and speaking, and that is what is needed in a time like this for our dear country to progress from point A to point B and to point C and to point D until we reach that promised land where we are able to stand out and say to generations that have come after us and say to them that this is what we did to ensure the legality of your lives, to ensure that you each and every one of you survive and have a better life. And that is what it's all about, right? Posterity should be on the mind of each and every one of us. What legacy are we leaving, for generations to come? Number still open right there, 0907 353 0044 or 0908 766 8888. Taking this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Sobia, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, my name is Edward from Apple.
Honorable, welcome aboard. Let's have your take.
Thank you. Mr. Edward, I want to talk about this Benue, killing.
Yeah.
As we, I commented yesterday. You see, not these people are coming to protest. I am telling you, and I want to repeat it on this live program that whoever that's in charge of governance in Benue State is not working. That person is weak when it comes to in terms of security. We have a law that stops this particular issue. Why can't you implement the law? Why can't you implement? Imagine people are coming out every day killing. What is so important in Benue State that Fulani people want to, must they use Benue State? What is so important? Is it the only state in the North Central? But they are busy, going about politicking, talking about who will become, in charge of politics and political structure. So the governance is no longer there. Yaya Bello is unfortunate that he was hiding. Why can't you make yourself available to EFCC? But that is something that's very common there that I like. The present governor has proven his loyalty. He has fully loyalty. I love it. It is a good thing. He has proven that he's loyal. But as of yesterday, we were discussing about probing ex-governors. As you can see, is he the man that's probing Yaya Bello now? Is he the one that wrote the petition? Definitely no. No, he's not the one. So if an ex-governor is being probed, it doesn't mean it's the government that's doing that. That has to be clear. Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, thank you so much, Honorable Edwards. You've made it clear right there. And let's see, can we still take maybe 2 more calls, and then we get right into the WhatsApp portal number and get all of your messages so that we can also practice, or in the spirit of inclusivity, each and every one of us should be a part of it. And if it is your first time getting to engage with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, might I welcome you officially and tell you that we are that radio station that gives you an audio-visual experience that you can count on anytime, any day, and you can as well hop on to latch on to the social media platforms where we have a strong presence: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, that is X, and TikTok, as well as YouTube, right, at Eagles FM Abuja. And basically, you could dwell with the YouTube and Facebook, page right there, and you see what's going on in the studio. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and follow, and we'll be glad you did, right? All right, so the numbers again is still 0907 353 0044 or 0908 766 8888, and the WhatsApp portal number is 0909 705 4450. All right, I should also bring this to your eardrums, right? And it is very, very important to do so. Okay, and I'm seeing this one. It says 29 Yoruba Nation agitators remanded Oyo demolishes base. So the Oyo State Police Command, as of yesterday, arraigned 29 Yoruba Nation agitators who invaded the state government secretariat in Agodi, Ibadan last Saturday. And that statement was also made about the state government demolishing a building where the Yoruba Nation agitators, led by Modupe Onitiri Abiola, were said to be operating from. Right? So, the state government the state governor's special advisor on security matters, Fatai Owoseni, a retired commissioner of police, had confirmed the demolition of the building to newsmen, to press, right? And we should also bring this one to you. It's very, very necessary. Ganduje is absent as Kano Court adjourns bribery trial. Okay, so the scheduled arraignment of the immediate past governor of Kano State, Abdullahi Ganduje, on bribery charges was stalled yesterday over the failure of the prosecution to serve the charges on him. Now, the Kano State government filed 8 counts of bribery involving $413,000 and 1.38 billion naira against Ganduje, his wife Hafsat, and son Umar. Now, also listed as the defendants are Jibrilia Mohammed, Lamash Properties Limited, Safari Textiles Limited, and Laserje General Enterprises, and all of that. Well, Justice Usman Abba of the Kano State High Court had in a summons issued last week fixed the trial for Wednesday, April 17. That was yesterday, but he didn't show up. But then, just to also let you in on the fact that the APC too, have also filed or summoned or taken the judge, talking about the judge on the matter, right? And the Abba, they've summoned him to the NJC and saying that, look, his ruling was defiant and it was deficient, and it had an ulterior motive, to it. But then Gani Adams has urged National Assembly to fast-track state police law, right? Okay, so he has come out to reiterating the need for state police, describing it as a key content of restructuring. Yeah? And his reaction actually came in response to a statement made by the chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Rules and Business, in the person is Francis Waive, that state police, like other issues relating to the review of the Constitution Amendment of the Nigeria Police Act to accommodate state police, would take 2 years, right? And he also went on to give us deep concerns about the situation in the country, adding that issues of insecurity across the country should be the foremost on the agenda of any administration, right? Alrighty, that being said, let us jump into your messages on WhatsApp, which I might add is quite a lot, and I'm saying thank you, because we will not stop talking. Let's start off with this very one right here and right now.
Good morning, Ubong Udwak Daniels. Good morning to the first caller.
Good morning.
Felix from Lambata. I greet you. I greet BB Blessing. I greet the listeners and callers of this great radio station. My name is Salasi. I want to start by talking about the abduction in Kaduna. Many people abducted in Kaduna. 2 pregnant women, nursing mother, kidnapped in Katsina. Then we are still talking of Benue. I don't know. This Benue state governor hasn't even been coming and talking. Yes, we remember former Governor Otom. Despite the fact that he come out and say, I'm not happy about what is going in my state. But this Alea just keep mute. He's not even talking about the insecurity in his state. I'm talking about what El Rufai is saying. He shouldn't be intimidating the Speaker of the State House of Assembly. I think he's not covered by any immunity. He can be arrested. He shouldn't threaten people. His father, a brilliant man that governed the state for 8 years, can go and answer for himself. That is how he's supposed to be. His father can go and answer for himself. Then we are talking about what happened. In fact, yesterday I was disappointed. In America, you hardly see conflicting between the 2 security men. It's the same policemen that they are guiding Yahya Bello and the former and the present governor, and it's the same police that are officers of the EFCC. Why are they conflicting themselves? Where do you see FBI conflicting with the American police or with the American securities? So these are the things. So Yahya Bello, the white lion, should go and answer. Why is the white lion hiding now? You say you are a white lion. Go and answer. Fayoshe say, EFCC, here I am. He should do the same. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Selassie, right there. He should go and answer. You're making an authoritative statement right there. And it sure means that you truly want to see the development of not just Kogi State, but every other state in Nigeria to conform to the rule of law. Taking yet another one now.
Good morning, Prince Udwak. My name is Yahya from Suleja.
All right, Yahya.
Out of his residence in Abuja, Mikon Short.
Welcome aboard.
This is quite sad. This is unfortunate. This is uncalled for. A sitting governor who's supposed to be the chief security officer of the state, who's supposed to protect law and order, is not aiding illegality. coming all the way from Lokoja to come and shoot a former governor that is being wanted for alleged corruption. I don't understand what is going on. Is that the kind of democracy we are passing in this country? I hope the president is watching the whole thing that is happening in Kogi State. The funnest part of the thing is that the former governor is still staying in the government house in Lokoja. I see we have 2 governors in the state. Where is it done? I've never seen this kind of thing. This former governor called himself White Lion and is now running like a black chicken. Let him go and face the law. If let him go and play his name. He has the right to lie. He has the right to defend himself. Why is he not running away? This is not funny at all. Yoruba agitation for your state government demolishes agitators duty. I think is quite good. It's the right step in the right direction. If our brothers from the other part took this kind of step in the first place, I think we'll not be having what we are having in the other parts today. Because you cannot allow these kind of people to take arms against the government. They want to take over the government house and you fold your hands and be watching them. I think if they continue like this, they'll be able to nip it in the bud. And that's what we want in this country. We don't have all these kind of people taking up arms against the government everywhere. Thanks for having a nice day.
That's right. Thank you, though. We should nip it in the bud. As it's beginning to show its ugly head, let us nip it in the bud before it takes over the Nigerian polity. Hello, good morning.
Prince Odwak. My name is Yahya from Suleja.
All right, Yahya.
Those smoke we are below out of his residence in Abuja amid gunshots. This is quite sad. This is unfortunate. It's uncalled for. A sitting governor who's supposed to be the chief security officer of the state, who's supposed to protect law and order, is not aiding illegality, coming all the way from Lokoja to come and shoot a former governor that is being wanted for alleged corruption.
Okay, I think we already took that. But now let's jump into your messages. I mean, you sent us messages via the WhatsApp portal, and let's jump into them already and bring it into your audio visuals. Let me see, do we still have a bit of a time? Okay, no. Okay, let me just take this call before that. Hello, good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
It's Clement from Maraba.
All right, Clement. Been a while from Maraba. Nice. Nice. Glad to reconnect with you again. All right, very quickly, Clement. 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. The case of Yahya Bello.
Yeah.
You may not know the intrigue that is playing out in Kogi State.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, if UFCC really want to do work, if they want to be circumspect in their work, let them focus where there is issue. Because some governors have been complaining about their predecessors. Let them focus on that side first. See, we have a case in the court now between Ododo and Jaka. Let this court case end. Then if EFCC have anything to do in Kogi State, then we'll come on. Because we know where all this thing is coming from. Because some people believe that the backbone of Ododo is once they are able to lay him down, then see we know the kind of the politics of Nigeria, how we play there. So my advice to EFCC is this: let this case lay to rest first. Then if they have anything against Yahya Bello, good and fine, they can now come about and begin their investigation. That's on that note. Talking about Yoruba agitation, you see the problem. I'm happy Nigeria, we are speaking so optimistic now. We are all now speaking justice. We did. This is what I would have expected from us then that time, because when this thing started under Buhari, we say it's because of injustice of Buhari and nepotism and whatever. You get my point. But today now, I'm happy that we are all now coming back to our senses. Thank you. Have a good day, my brother.
Thank you so much, Clement, right there for your take. EFC should keep a stay, on the matter just for now and see how we could, look into other issues. And then if they have something against Yahya Bello, and subsequently they can come for him. But it seems as though EFCC is saying we already have something against him. That's why we are going for him. So why is he eluding arrest, right? That's the big question. Well, and then the EFCC probably, for them to begin to run, their issues in their matter, they have a schedule. They have a modus operandi as to how they run. I think it will only be fair to let them, run it the way that they understand better, to run it. But that does not also undermine your thoughts, Clement. I mean, it's quite loud, it's clear, and it is very valid. Now, let's get on to this one via the WhatsApp portal. It says, good morning, my brother, Udwak Daniel, and good morning to all the listener and caller of this wonderful radio station. Good morning to you too. It says, thanks to God Almighty for the gift of another day. This is Samuel from Kuje. All right, Samuel, welcome aboard. It goes with, while others are praying that God will give them children, and some others have the impetus to throw away the one given to them. This is evil. I'm sure you're talking about the case of a child found in a polythene bag. Quite sad. Well, he goes on to say, if Yahya Bello's hands are clean, why is he trying to stop his arrest with court order? Let him go and answer the court and explain himself. Terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers are the same and should be treated as they deserve because they are all criminals in nature. But please, I want to ask, what plans does the government have for factories and small-scale industries? Because increase in tariff will only cause more harm than good to the manufacturers. And it goes, killing, and killing. When will all these things stop? Can't we value human lives again? Hunger and hardship is ravaging people in Nigeria. The authorities should do something quick. All right. I greet you again, Uduak Daniel, says Samuel from Kuje. They should do something quick. I agree with you on that one. Quick, I tell you. All right, thank you so much, though, Samuel. Now to Team from Lube says, good morning, Daniel Udwaka. Good morning to you, too. Says, Benue community protested herdsmen killing. One strict implementation of anti-open grazing law. All right, my candid opinion is that the current governor of Benue State is not serious about protecting Benue people from Fulani herdsmen killings. Besides, Benue people had been sold out for slaughter by their elder statesman. Oh, okay. For instance, when last did you hear Senator George Akume condemn the herdsmen killings in Benue State? Says it's quite unfortunate. All right. Alrighty. This hashtag, I'm sorry. This hashtag would only be a lie that you are trying to believe, Tim. But anyways, you're entitled to your opinion right there based on your hashtag. But let's get on to this one right there. It says, coming from Kumode from Kubwa, he says, good morning, Mr. Daniel. Good morning to you too. He says, I'm very happy to hear that EFCC is investigating Yahya Bello's administration. I'm in support of the move by the EFCC. My concern is that hope this is not a plot to punish Yahya Bello for challenging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during the presidential primary election. Let's not forget that Yahya Bello was one of the aspirants during the last APC presidential primary election that finally produced President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Let this not be a way of witch hunting Yahya Bello for challenging Bola Ahmed Tinubu for presidential ticket. All right, Kumude, that is some big question you asked there. And seeing this one right now, this one says, good morning, and I celebrate you, the man with a golden voice. Oh, thank you. It goes on to say, I said it last time that El Rufai's statement does not carry any weight. Let him prove to us with evidence that government is paying subsidy. When he left power on nothing for them. Okay, I didn't quite get. I'm not quite getting this. It's not well straightened up, and I'm trying to make sense around it though, but I can't. But then let me get on to the other part of your message. It says, if Yahya Bello hands are clean, why is he running away from investigation? Is it not clear that something is wrong? Bad system is what kept us where we are today. God bless Nigeria. Triple D from Waru. Triple D, thank you so much for that. Bad system indeed, I agree with you, is why we are where we are today. But then it also goes beyond that. Some also believe that there is a need and change of attitude. Attitudinal change might also be the bulk of why we are where we are today. And until we begin to have an attitudinal change, right, in terms of respecting the constituted authority, respecting the law of the state, giving in to the rule of law, and allowing for proper administration to ensue, we might just continue to go round and round and round the same circle without making headway. But thank you though for that one. And now this one right here says, good morning, Udwaga. Okay, sorry. I guess that's the wrong. Okay, I understand. It's actually Udwak, Uduak. Yeah. All right. My name is Samsudin from Dede. All right, Samsudin, welcome aboard. Though he says, yeah, Bello, we are okay. All right. Yaya Bello, that we are reigning, I guess, today. That is good for now, all right, because all these our governors normally steal money too much when they are in the office, and one of your caller normally praise him. So now his now is how is market? Oh, come on, please. Now, let's not do this. Come on, Samsudeen. Well, I understand where you're coming from, but come on. Like I say, please, stick to the matter and don't throw shades at anybody's opinion, all right? Everybody's opinion is their entitlement. My only concern is that we should be very, very civil and responsible with what we have to say, right? And we should not bicker about like those that we continually point to having done the wrong. But then